Good evening and welcome to Inside the News. Tonight, Umori clan came together and inaugurated a body that will ensure that henceforth all the communities that make up the clan are knitted together as one. Activities that featured during the event will be brought to you in the course of this bulletin. Please stay tuned. My name is Maureen Stone Enujuke. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. The Anambra State Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, Comrade Don Onyenji, has called for the conservation of various forests in the state to help in erosion control. Commissioner Onyenji made the call during a one-day lecture held at the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Chukwu University Igbariam campus. Commissioner Onyenji urged Anambra to plant economic trees in their various homes to promote lives and generate revenue for themselves, stated that the importance of ecotourism and solicited for the protection of wildlife in various forests. He said the world-class Forest Center, which will be built at Agolo Lake, would accommodate zoo where people can see varieties of animals. The commissioner further said that efforts are on to enlist Obunike Cave in the UNESCO World Tourism Sites, noting that one of the criteria is that the cave and environment will be at its natural form. On his part, the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Greg Wakobi, represented by Professor Dubisi Nsaya, said the event will create awareness about the effects of deforestation and help protect forest products. He called for the establishment of a zoo in the state for biodiversity, as well as digitize the forest in the interests of posterity. In their contributions, the chairman, Governing Board, Anambra State Waste Management Authority, Dr. Ima Ezenwaji, and the chairman, Community Resource Management and Conservation Initiative, Professor Peter Nabude, said the event is important as it attracted professionals in related areas who deliberated on ways of tackling environmental problems in the state. They called on Anambra to take care of the environment to minimize the impact of erosion in the state. A director in Nigeria Conservation Foundation, Mr. Joseph Onoje, promised to partner Anambra State in preserving Anambra forests. Over 134.6 million naira worth of farm inputs are presently being redeemed by 1,260 farmers from across the 8 participating council areas of Anambra State. The farm inputs, which are for the 2022 wet season farming facilitated by FGN IFAD VCDP, will cover a total of 704 hectares of rice and cassava farms. Over now to our agri-correspondent, Ebeleze, for details.
The redemption exercise across the council areas by a team led by the Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Foster Ihejiofo. The team appreciated the degree of execution, compliance of officers and farmers' enthusiasm towards receiving highly subsidized inputs. Speaking, Commissioner Ihejiofo, who described the exercise as a gracious act of government in partnership with IFAD to ensure food security, appealed to beneficiaries to reciprocate the gesture by ensuring that the inputs are put to good use to produce food abundantly and at affordable rate. Dr. Ihejiofo warned that any farmer caught indulging in sharp practices with the input will lose the privilege, sanctioned and excluded from future distributions. The State Program Coordinator, Federal Government IFAD VCDP, Mr. Nnamdi Agwucha, explained that the inputs, which are redeemed at 50% subsidized rate, are purely for farmers that belong to cooperative societies and cultivate 1 to 5 hectares of rice or cassava farm. Mr. Agwucha specifically announced that while a hectare of rice farm is entitled to 4 bags of 200 kilograms of NPK fertilizer, 2 bags of 100 kilograms of urea fertilizer, 40 kilograms of certified rice seed, and 2 liters of both selective and non-selective herbicides. A hectare of cassava farm will receive 4 bags of 200 kilograms of NPK fertilizer, 50 bundles of certified cassava cotton, and 2 liters of both selective and non-selective herbicides. He, however, appealed to the federal government to allow the state coordination offices of federal government FADVSADP to commence budget implementation after it has been approved at the state level by the communities and steering committee to avert late distribution. On his part, the head, State Project Coordinating Unit SPU, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, saddled with the responsibility of monitoring donor agencies' projects domiciled in the state, Mr. Vin Wankwo, described the redemption exercise as impressive, going by its transparent nature.
These IPs are given as subsidiary. You heard that? They should utilize these IPs because IPs are very expensive now in the market. So they should put this into maximum use so that at the end of the day we'll get bumper harvest. Anambra will not be the home for every other Nigeria to come and get food.
Speaking on behalf of other farmers at Orumba South Secretariat Umunze, the redemption venue for farmers from the council area, Mr. James Igweka, who lauded the federal government FADVSADP for subsidizing the inputs for them, building their capacities and bequeathing to them best agronomic practices, promised their readiness to reciprocate the gesture by putting the inputs into good use. From Achala, in Oka North Local Government Area, Ebele Eze, reporting for ABS News.
A one-day intensive training of extension agents and liaison officers on criterion for identifying success stories and basic photography skills has ended with a charge on participants to go into the field and fish out champions using the success story template. The training organized by the FGN FADVSADP took place at the Agricultural Development Program Office in Oka with the State Program Management Units, SPMU extension agents and liaison officers from the 8 participating council areas in attendance. Agric correspondent Ebeleza once again reports.
Declaring the training open, the State Program Coordinator, Federal Government FADVSADP, Mr. Nnamdi Aguncha said the participants would be nurtured on basic skills on how to discover beneficiaries who have distinguished selves through their field activities for further expansion of their scopes. Mr. Aguncha also added that apart from expanding their scopes, they will also build their capacities further and make them role models for other farmers to learn from. While describing the training as apt considering all that have happened since the inception of federal government FADVSADP in 2015, Mr. Aguncha noted that a lot of positivities have happened in the lives of beneficiaries, as according to him, a lot have built houses, bought cars, lands, and easily pay their bills.
Listen very attentive to this, because maybe I will also blame myself. But I blame one of the areas in the people before I woke up. Don't one ever I said, don't they make a game? Don't they make a name? I'm addressing idea, or publish it.
Taking participants on criterion for identifying success stories, the Knowledge Management and Communication Officer, KMC, Federal Government FADVSADP, Mr. Henry Aniaboso, defined success story as a human interest story that highlights success or achievements of VCDP by focusing on the impact of an intervention, innovation, or technique and how it contributes to change in value chain development, individual value chain enterprise, or groups' lives. Mr. Niaboso urged the participants to keep their discoveries simple and succinct, write clearly without using jargons, and ensure that there is a clear before and after for a well-spelled out success.
The cooperative came into light at so time, you understand? Then, we talk about the personal background, age, marital status, number of dependents. You understand?
For some of the participants, including the extension agent from Ayamelum Council area, Mr. Humphrey Nzeku, his Orumba North counterpart, Mrs. Ngozi Nwankwo, and the liaison officer for Anambra East Council area, Mr. Chukwudi Chukwuka, they have too many success stories from their council area that need to be shared for encouragement.
Upgraded them, gotten out of their whole livelihood. Currently, I have lost many of them. I'll now be able to pay their children's school fees. Some of them have their vehicles, they're buying motor cars. I have some other ones that now have to build story building. They want to do so many things. In fact, there's elements of the federal agencies now. Most of our farmers are now very many of them.
The training ended with a lecture on basic photography skills by Mr. Chibike Agobuisi, question and answer session. In Oka, Ebele Eze, ABS News.
The Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development has commenced training for 21 community orientation and mobilization officers for the federal government enterprise and empowerment program. The trainees, who are from the 21 local government areas of Anambra State, are expected to give orientation and enroll poor and vulnerable people through a digital process to benefit from government credit under the National Social Investment Program. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi has the details.
Speaking during the training section, which held at National Orientation Agency office in Oka, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Mrs. Sadiya Farouk, in her address, noted that the training is currently ongoing in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country and being digitalized to make the process less cumbersome and for easy implementation. Represented by Mr. Sule Chugudu from the ministry, who also emphasized that those enrolled will be properly verified using different indices for them to benefit, and urged the trainees to double their efforts while carrying out their assignments to ensure results.
I think this thing will cascade down to the grassroots. That's why it is called community orientation mobilization of officers that will go down to train. These people will actually be involved in training people to get the ability to be self-independent, self-reliance, and to achieve what I would regard as self-actualization.
The state's NOA Director, Barrister Charles Nwoji, in his remark explained that the challenges encountered in the field during the first phase was taken into cognizance to ensure success in the second and subsequent phases.
The training will be a success, and it will achieve its purpose of ensuring that a large number of Anambra citizens benefit from the NSIPs, especially the JIP 2.0 program.
Some beneficiaries who spoke during the training include Mr. Peter Onibu, who is in charge of Ayamelum, and Mrs. Ifoma Ume, in charge of Oka South, said the training has added value and will help them do their work better.
Happy that I'm part of it, registering the poor that will benefit financially. If I can put a smile on somebody by registering that person, and that person is lucky enough to benefit from it, I'll do it with all my heart.
The NOA Deputy Director of Programs, Mr. Joseph Uchendo, and that of Administration, Mrs. Ijoma Nzewi, also attended the event. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has arrested a 7-man syndicate specialized in vandalizing electrical installation across Anambra State. The arrest was carried out by men of the NSCDC during the week following credible information by residents of Obeledu and its environs. Correspondent Chibuzo Bidike tells us more.
Suspects have been terrorizing the community and specialized in acts of vandalism of electrical installations, stealing and disposing residents of their belongings. According to the state commandant of NSCDC, Mr. Chukwudi Chikere, the command activated a combined team of intelligence and investigation operatives who stormed the area and arrested the suspects. Chinedu Onyimoonyi, aged 34, from Onweke Iza local government area of Ebonyi State. Promise Chikamso, aged 32, from Oji River local government area, Enugu State. Sunday Nwube, aged 32, from Onweke Iza local government area of Ebonyi State. And Solomon Nwankwo, aged 22, from Okonfia Iza local government area of Ebonyi State. Others are Ejike Stephen Ogonna, aged 20, from Onweke Iza local government area of Ebonyi State. Johnson Chigozie, aged 23, from Ndukwu Amaika Iza local government area of Ebonyi State. And Solomon Nwafo, aged 28, from Onweke Iza local government area of Ebonyi State, all males. Mr. Chikere pointed out that on investigation, the suspects admitted to committing the crime and pleaded for mercy, promising not to engage in such again. The state commandant, Mr. Chikere, while appreciating his men for their quick response, has ordered for discreet investigation, after which the 7 suspects will be charged to court. He therefore appealed to members of the public to assist the NSCDC and other security agencies in the state by giving them useful information that will assist in tracking down criminals within their areas. Exhibits recovered from the suspects include bundles of wire, 300 SQ-UPV casing pipe, shifting spanners, and mud pump. Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
And that does it on the hard news. Inside the News returns right after the break. Stay with us.
Ovaltine 3-in-1. It has great taste.
Big day ahead.
Yummy, yummy, full of nourishment and vitality. To bodies and shop like soya. Ovaltine 3-in-1. 3-in-1. Ovaltine 3-in-1.
For your young mama.
New Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
Ovaltine 3-in-1. It has great taste.
Big day ahead.
Yummy, yummy, full of nourishment and vitality. To bodies and shop like soya. Ovaltine 3-in-1. 3-in-1. Ovaltine 3-in-1.
For your young mama.
New Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
Welcome to Inside the News proper. There is a saying that unity breeds progress and development. And in view of this, the Umuri clan decided to bring together all the communities that make up the clan under one umbrella and gave it a new name, Ezumezu Umunri. Chibuzo Bidike witnessed the inauguration of the body at Enugu and brings the details.
Is one of the oldest in Nigeria, covering over 180 communities, but for some reasons and for some time now, there seems to be gap in communication and relationship between the communities that make up the clan. To bridge the gap, stakeholders in the area recently came up with a move to reunite them by inaugurating what they call Ezumezu Umunri. During the inauguration ceremony, representatives from Amobia, Nofia, Enugu Agede, Nri, Nokwa, Enugu Adazi, and President Generals, traditional rulers, academic, and stakeholders from communities from Nri clan were in attendance. The traditional ruler of Enugu, Igwe Raf Epe, while expressing dismay that monarchs of Nri never deemed it fit to come together, pleaded with the people and communities involved to play their role in reviving the Nri culture.
This meeting is not aiming to subjugate any other clan of Nri clan, or the Nris to subjugate, annihilate, intimidate any non-Nri town, no matter how small or how such a town might be. No, rather the meeting and future meetings should aim at, number one, exploring our cultural and religious past, explaining our social past, bringing to the fore with modern setting what was known as a civilization and hegemony, with a view to giving them modern coloration. All it is to give relevance to our common ancestry and use it to unify our people culturally, socially, and religiously as a veritable instrument to the unification of the Igbo race, of which we are the fathers. This meeting must rotate.
It must do what? Rotate. Yes, it must rotate. After here, it will be somewhere else. I know I never meeting. You go over there about chairman.
The traditional ruler of Enugu Agede, Igwe Mike Okeke-Uche, was represented by his Prime Minister, Sir Osita Anamezie.
Watch out the way forward. I can learn one have leadership. I have leadership. Go neku. Now almost about 140 towns. Abasa, here and there. You know, update in the movie. And when I can read, no, they are not to time. Because now you come million, American, above. The Redinasi like Osuweku dated back as 900 AD. The first kingdom anywhere. That's anywhere in Nigeria. No matter the place of India. So now if you call no to an opola nebo kata ko isionu. Wa choba otu rige sikwe wa abolo. The flag bearer I will be formed. When the kingdom fact as it new. So we want to restore Uri to his original glory. No, we and when so many books said to go my country, so many. We don't know that again. At the end of the day, I wear a common unification of a written document concerning Uri, because a lot of authors but within the Kanua, I get one documented version of Nri and Rekindle Numonri.
Let's also hear from Dr. Shedrack Mogunwa from Nofia, who expressed happiness over the developments.
Onye na-aka ege ntị karịa ọ na-ekwu oke okwu na-aka ama ife. Igwe atọgbogola anyị okwu. Ihe a na-ayọ anyị nọ n'ebe a bụ ọ bụrụ ntụkasị bụ okwu dị straightforward. Ihe a bụ new down na Ụmụnri dị na-asị Ụmụnri clan. Anyị nọ n'ebe a nọ wee wefute oge anyị wee bịa. Ọkwa na anyị kpọrọ okwu mkpa ka anyị ji wee bịa. Mgbe na-ayọ ofu ayụyọ. Abụ m onye udo, man of peace. Udo ahụ ka nchọ ka nyọ anyị nọ n'ebe a. Ka anyị wele udo ahụ wee bata ebe a nụnwa. Onye ọbụla na-ekwu okwu, onye ọbụla na-atụ alụ. Ka ọ na-atụ alụ otu ọ ga-esi wee menne dị ga-esi wee dị mma. Maka na ọ bụrụ na ọ dịrala anyị na mma ebe a nụnwa. Ịma na ọ ya adịla obodo anyị na mma. Mgbe na-ebujewe okpe ekene jide ka iji anyị maalụ nsogbu dị n'ebe niile dị iche iche. Ebele anyị na-ayọ Chukwu bụ ka onye ọbụla Chukwu kelụ ghọta ofu ife na onwe onye Chukwu nyere. Onyinye anwa Chukwu nyere bụ ka iweli wee fee Chukwu wee ejele mmadụ aka. Ọnya kpata nji agwa onye ọbụla o nwere ihe a na-azọ. Maka oge ụfọdụ agbakọ ọ dịka asị na a na-agbakasị arụ, o nwere ihe a na-azọ. Ọ impact imeki na ya society. O nwere abụ anyị na-abụ ndị Anglican asị na ọlụ ilu ka a ga-eji wee cheta ya.
Neko Sidema bụ mmekọta nke ụmụnne. Having seen that the meeting is worth the while, Ezumezu Ụmụnri decided to select those who will be the pushers and movers of their vision and mission, during which Prince Emeka Egwuekwe emerged the chairman. He has this to say.
Anyị agbasago ndụ a na-akpọ Ụmụnri agbasago na mba dị iche iche, agụta anyị ọnụ mba 180 towns within this nation Nigeria. Igbo bụ Igbo bụ Nri. Ebe ọ bụ na onye Igbo sụọ asụsụ Nri ka o si, biko Nri Igbo nwale nnọọ Nri ka unu si. Igbo bụ Igbo bụ na Nri ka ha si abịa ewele ọbaba ji echi echichi. So we have to rewrite our story ọ bụrụ na anyị akọrọ akụkọ anyị onye ọzọ ya akọọla anyị ihe ọzọ onye na-ajụrụ ese onye bụ nna ya bụ akọwali onye mba ya akọwali onye nna ya bụ o nwere ibe na-ekwu na awụrụ our people have gathered. We have now beginning to discover who we are. And until a man discover who he is, he will never recover what lost from his life. Our dignity has been stolen. Our history has been stolen. People have been telling us our stories, but this time we want to tell our story ourselves. Asonri, we are the custodian of Igbo race. Anywhere Igbo man is in the whole part of this world, the Igbo man is from Uri. And that Uri is we. So we must now begin to tell them where they came from so that they will return back to their root.
Izmezu Umunri has men of timbers and caliber, including Dr. Ramas Azuzu and a flag bearer for the All Progressive Grand Alliance ABGA in Njikoka 1 constituency, Mr. Chedi Ibemeka. They were all present at the event.
Ọ bụ na akpọta ebido kata nkọwa onwe anyị ọnụ mme ka ndị ọzọ mata the list is with me nafa ya abịa anyị kọ nwa milion ọgbọ ofụfụ ka anyị na-ekwu n'ofu ọnụ ka anyị na-ekwu n'ofu okwu nye nwere onye zọrọ isi nye nwere onye zọrọ ọdụ.
When some persons in
Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website www.absradiotv.com. And that does it on Inside the News for tonight. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enijoke. Good night and stay blessed.